Bro, I unsubbing. You're not making DMC5 contents anymore. And here I thought you'll be the one to fill my dark soul with light. LOL. But please make DMC5 content. No. Then fuck off.
How dare you?
How dare he? Ash Gamer? How dare you? Nice background. Very, very nice. How dare you? Who does this guy think he is? Who does he think I am, huh? Who does he think I... Oh, he watches John Phil... Oh. It makes sense now. He watches... Oh. Makes sense now. No wonder. Phase 3. Shit went down. Oh, poor Dante. Tony. His name is Tony. No, his name is Dante. Cunt. Dante, Tony, whatever the fuck you guys want to call him. Tony, that's his name in the fucking book. So shit went down in Phase 3. I'm scared what's about to happen next. We're back with Phase 3. This is still my road to Devil May Cry 5. Reading the novel, The Beginning of Dante, the prequel to the entire series, even though it's not canon. But I don't care. It's fucking canon. I'm kidding. It's not canon. Some parts are canon, some parts are not canon. So let's talk about it. In Phase 3, this is my review / discussion for Phase 3. So let's rock. Before that, someone pointed out a really beautiful thing. It's goddamn amazing. So my boy Fox Ninja 4000. What a name. So the new character in Phase 2, we introduced a new character named Gilver. He had a bluish greenish suit with the katana as his weapon, and his face is all bandaged. The name Gilver is spelled Virgil. It's just the first 3 letters switched around and it's spelled Gilver. It's so stupid! I'm surprised I didn't notice. I'm stupid, but here it is. And congrats to my boy or girl or helicopter, whatever you define yourself as, for figuring that out, because I'm stupid enough to not find that out. I'm stupid, alright? Anyway, let's rock. So a few weeks passed after the O's Club incident, after Dante took care of the shadow demons with sights in there, and Gilver saw the entire battle. A few weeks passed and Gilver is just stacking up bank. He's getting multiple jobs, his reputation is growing a lot, and he's been partying it up a lot with Dante. The mercenaries in the Bobby's cellar are talking about how big of a duo they are, and so they're both of a good match, which almost gives them more evidence that he's Virgil, because, you know, Virgil and Dante, Tony and Gilver, you know, it's more evident. So those two are making bank. Tony has not been short on cash ever since working with Gilver. Every time they go on mission, the ones who are always partners are Gilver and Tony. During these few weeks, Tony has not seen a Gru in a long time, because he's been doing all these jobs, and now his new partner, instead of Gru, because Gru and Tony were partners before Gilver came in, but now Tony and Gilver are now partners now. So they built up their reputation, they're growing, and they're making bank. Alright, good for them. Later on in the chapter, Tony goes to Goldstein's shop to pick up the modified weapons that he gave Goldstein so she could modify. It's not ebony and ivory, not yet. Not yet, it's not ebony and ivory. It's just 2 normal guns modified to shoot faster, a little bit heavier, for something that fits Tony's style. So he goes there, picks up the gun, and he's about to go on the next mission, but then Goldstein stops him. He stops him to talk to him about the new mercenary, the new guy who's been making some bank and who's been making a reputation of himself. Gilver. Goldstein warns him about an incident that happened earlier. So a guy wanted to make a little quick money. Someone hired him to investigate Gilver's past, to see who he is, why he wears bandages and everything. The guy digged a little too deep and ended up dead. He's been sliced open from the shoulder to the hip. And who are the only mercenaries that carry sword-like weapons? Tony and Gilver. So Goldstein told Tony that why would someone go as far as to kill a man so they could not investigate their past. So Tony is now alerted of Gilver, of that incident that happened to that guy. Tony leaves the shop and Goldstein just tells Tony to be careful. Later on, Goldstein gets a second visitor. Who can that be? It was none other than Gilver himself. He comes in the shop looking for a weapon. But here's a surprising twist. He doesn't use guns. Just like my boy Virgil, it's more evidence to plan that it's fucking Virgil. So Gilver comes in the shop looking for a weapon, a gun. So he spots this shotgun on the shelf, but Goldstein sees it's not for sale. It's a shotgun, it's a modified shotgun. It's a very powerful shotgun. Gilver wants the gun, but Goldstein declines the offer. But Gilver, instead of leaving the store, he grabs the gun and rips it out from the shelves. And then he gives Goldstein a boatload of money. Goldstein was scared. Her heart was racing. Goldstein asked him, "What are you planning on shooting?" Something that takes the shape of a man but isn't one. Gilver then leaves the shop, and Goldstein is there, her heart racing, wondering what the hell happened. Tony is walking away from Goldstein's shop, and he hears some footsteps, someone following him. Tony brings out the new modified guns he got from Goldstein and aims it at someone. And who it is? My boy Gru! Gru appears after a long time. They start talking. Tony's saying, "What the hell have you been? I've been waiting for you. Let's go on some jobs together." And Gru seems out of it. He's very depressed, very silent, or very dull with his response. During those weeks, her daughter Jessica got sick, and now he needs to pay for her medication. And to make a quick money, he has to do an assassination job. It's not really new to Gru to kill someone, but it's very different from the normal jobs he does with Tony. Tony considers Gru a friend, a really good friend. And also, you could tell by Gru, he considers Tony a really good friend. But the life they live in really isn't a friendship life, a really nice life they can consider a friendship, being friends in this life. This life of mercenary. Gru considers them co-workers, but deep down inside they both do consider themselves as friends. But deep down inside they were friends. They were friends. They were loyal companions, loyal partners. They were loyal friends. Gru turned and disappeared into the city. Don't forget me, Gru. I don't hate you. That's what Tony thought when both Gru and Tony were walking in the opposite direction. Later on, Gru goes to the place where he needs to kill or needs to do this assassination job. He goes into a shopping mall and he crawls into an air duct and needs to kill the host of the party, of a drug party. So he's sitting there waiting for everyone to appear, and to the host to appear. He sees people arriving, having fun, drinking, doing drugs, all that type of shit. And he has a silencer ready to kill the host. During the wait, he's been thinking about his daughter Jessica, who is falling really ill. We're not given how she got ill, or what medication she needs, or how she got sick, or what her sickness is. We will later on in the chapter. But that's all that Gru is thinking about. Finishing his mission, getting the cash, and then rushing to Jessica for her medication. The host finally arrives, pulls out his gun, a silencer, and then he takes the shot. He shoots him right above the roof of the host's mouth. Blood spills, his flesh flying all over, and he falls to the ground. Everyone thought he was all playing jokes. He was making a scene. But then people start realizing that he's dead. Gru starts making his crawling way out of the air duct. But then, all of a sudden, when the job seems done, guess who shows up? Guess what shows up? Somehow his body stood up. A dim red light glowed in his empty eye sockets. The corpse was standing, trying to speak without his missing jaw. And then all of a sudden, the girl right next to the host started gouging, ripping her eyes out and eating them. And then it started spreading to another person, and then the next person, and then the next person. Instead of spreading like an infection, the host, who was once a human, started turning into a reptilian demon. And then other people started turning to reptilian demons. Everyone around them. Other people were just starting to rip up their eyes and eating them. Gru was witnessing this, seeing this. Then the reptilian demons started shouting out. And in the air duct where Gru was in, something hit it and he fell down, sliding off the air duct. During his fall, he dislocated his arm, and the lizards surrounded him, and then he heard a voice. Hold it right there. Don't make this harder than it has to be. Gilver was there, had his sword unsheathed and his sword right near Gru's throat. Gru told him what the hell was going on here. He was applying to all the chaos that was happening around him. Gilver did not specifically tell him what was happening, but he indicated what he was trying to do. Tony Redgrave is a skilled warrior, but not even he can withstand our combined might. Then Gru pictured his friend Tony, and then all the demons around him started shouting out Dante. Gilver then started pressuring his sword right to Gru's neck, sorry. Gru was then losing consciousness. He knew there was no way out. So then he reached through his pockets and grabbed a grenade, pulled a pin from the grenade. And at that moment, Gru thought of his daughters, Jessica, Tiki, and Nesty, and as well as his good friend Tony. Moments later, then the infernal rage, the infernal fire appeared. An explosion happened, leaving there the corpses of one courageous mercenary's last stand. A boy grew! No! All he wanted was money for his daughter. Then fucking demons appeared. Gilver! Gilver's reputation grows larger than ever. People started remembering him, knowing that he is now the new Mad Dog, which once Tony was the Mad Dog, and now Gilver's the one getting all the dangerous jobs, all the better jobs. But from time to time, Gilver always goes to Tony to be partners. Seeming so, even though Tony is not the Mad Dog anymore, the top dog anymore, he still gets the jobs with Gilver all the time. And now we have a new contractor who Enzo was the one that brought everybody their jobs. It is now a new one, a new man giving out jobs to everyone. More dangerous, more better jobs. Enzo and Tony are there drinking, feeling depressed like, man, we were the top dogs. And now we're down here. Instead of Tony eating his sundae, he's now drinking beer now. Things turns Tony now. Other mercenaries didn't start showing up. People who usually are there in the bar are not there anymore. And Gru has stopped showing up. Lots of things have changed. The atmosphere has changed ever since Gilver started showing up. Ever since the new contractor started showing up. Tony and Gilver go on this one mission. And what mainly happens is that Gilver takes care of the mafia soldiers who was there. Basically, the job was to kill them. And Gilver does with his sword. Started slicing them, blood splatting everywhere. Tony witnessed this. Tony sees what Gilver is capable of. Then we return to the bar. Tony and Enzo still talking how in the old days it was better. This whole new days, the whole atmosphere has changed. Then Enzo brings up Gru and his sick daughter, Jessica. This is Tony's first time hearing that Jessica is sick. Enzo tells Tony that her sickness is that she's been seeing demons. Then Tony tells Enzo, where is she? Then Enzo tells her, what does it matter to you? You can't do anything. Then enraged, Tony grabs Enzo by the collar, lifts him up and tells him, where the hell is she? What hospital is she in? He tells him the location that she's in, and Tony storms off with a very stone, angry face. Tony gets her the location of where Jessica is located. It's not in a regular hospital. She's located in a sanitarium. But here's a little plot twist. It's been overrun by demons. Dante goes into the sanitarium, and guess who appears? Demons. But not just any demons. These demons have now physical, fleshed out bodies and now are smarter now. The first type of demons that Tony has encountered was zombie-like demons, and then demons that take up the form of a shadow, and now we have physical demons. Dante took care of the demons, but like I said before, these demons are a whole lot smarter. But either way, Tony is still able to defeat them because he's a son of Sparta. But then moments later, Tony falls to his knees. The same feeling he got when he first encountered the demons, the O's Club, and when he fought Denver's. And he figured out the closer he got to the demons, the weaker he becomes. So in that sanitarium, there is a key element, there is something that is connected to the human world and the demon world. Tony pushes forward and goes into the sanitarium. More demons start coming in. Tony keeps on fighting them. But each time Tony swings the sword, pulls out his guns, he starts getting weaker and weaker. He's still able to defeat the demons, but it's taking really massive big hits. But he still continues forward, knowing that Jessica is somewhere around the building. During the fight with the demons, Tony's new handguns, the way he was using it a lot, and then since he was losing a lot of energy, he left the two guns behind so he won't have more weight to carry on. And then he fights this one demon, a demon with the mask, leads them outside where Tony sees a tree, a really big demonic tree. The heart of the tree, where he looks closer to the tree, he sees a familiar face, Jessica, Gru's daughter. Her skin, her whole body is connected to the tree. And then he sees the demon, and the demon takes off his mask and it is a demonic monkey. Tony does slice him, but because of that, his blood is poisonous to humans. The blood gets on Jessica and she starts screaming in pain. Tony, filled with rage and is desperate to kill the demonic monkey and save Jessica. And he finds out that that tree that Jessica is connected to is a little small doorway for the demons to pass through to come to the human world. So Jessica, connected to the demon tree, that demon tree is the reason why demons are able to cross the human world. That is the reason why Dante gets that uneasy feeling, getting weak every time he gets closer to the demon world, getting closer to demons. It's because of that tree. And then the demonic demon starts growing big, larger, and he's about ready to charge at Tony. Then all of a sudden, his arms fall off. And then he starts splitting in two. When Tony launched himself at the demon, when he first launched himself, when he first able to slice him, he was able to slice him in half, slice his arms off and his whole body in half. And after that, the demon was saying, "You remember the name of," and then Tony's like, "I don't give a shit." Smashes his fucking head and his blood splaying all over. It's fucking, I mean, you don't see it sadly, but you can imagine it. It's fucking beautiful. Tony then goes to Jessica, trying to see how he could save her, but he knew exactly what he had to do. Jessica knew what he had to do. Jessica then started shedding little small tears. Tony gets his sword and slices Jessica. Moments later, Tony is walking away from a burning sanitarium. The whole thing in blaze and fire burning. And you see Tony with the stern, cold face just walking away into the darkness. Like I said before, shit went down. I knew Gru and his family was gonna play a big part in Tony's life. But I really just thought that Gru was going to be the only one to die. But Jessica and Gru died. And I'm not even going to be surprised if Nesty and Tiki died. Oh my god. But this, I'm pretty sure this is going to be a big effect in Dante's life and when he moves forward from here. I am excited to see what happens next. We have one last more phase, phase 4, the final phase, and then the conclusion for this book. I really can't wait to read it. I can't really wait to show you this to you guys. This has been really fun. Honestly, never thought we'd have this much fun reading a fucking book. Remember kids, read. So yeah, this concludes this Devil May Cry video. If you guys enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. If you guys want to see more Devil May Cry content, good Devil May Cry content.
Your videos are shit, sub to John Fleer.
Silence! And I'll see you guys on the next Devil May Cry novel review discussion, phase 4 review, road to, yeah. So yes, my name is Brian, also known as Brian. I'll see you guys next time later. And road to Devil May Cry 5. Who am I? Leave your answers down in the comment section below and you could win 10 free 10,000 V-Bucks. Yeah, I made that bit. Haha, very funny, huh? Very funny. Fucking kill me.